And this is why we can't go nice places.
You started it. I'm a dealer.
We are on our way on another Jeep parts run. Headed about 3.5 hours to buy a few things and come along. I already got some. What about egg roll?
No egg rolls. Good. I don't even care for egg rolls.
Alright, so other than Amanda going goofy over 2 cows out here in the pasture, so far we've gone a little over 100 miles, about 110, and a little over half a tank of gas. So it's a good day. You gotta love those folks, you know. They're good for something. They just keep going and keep going and keep going. They don't get good gas mileage, but they keep going.
Dad, who did you tell to
Because he said, where did the big man touch me?
And then what? He's catching your confession on camera now. No, go ahead.
I can't, bro. Because he said, where did the big man touch you? And then I started thinking about
Where you touched? Go ahead. You started thinking about what?
Get like a little fucking doll and like a red Sharpie and mark that shit and just lay it in Chris's bed. No context, don't even tell him, just mark it and lay it in his bed.
I didn't know he was going that far, but then I thought Morgan did the doll was fine. Was it?
I told you it was good.
If you put it under Chris's blanket, bro would cuddle up with it, not even know. It would wake up. It would go into the blanket with a smiley face. It would wake up with a frown. We know you did.
And this is why we can't go nice places.
You started it, bro. You started that shit.
Alright, so we stopped at Whataburger. We're on the way home. Everybody in the truck. We didn't lose nobody. And we decided, why not take 66 all the way home? Because it literally, our driveway pretty much turns off of historic 66. So we're just taking 66 home. Come on. Alright, Sunday morning, over here getting ready to pick up the cherry picker from my oldest son, Gus. I'm going to take it back to the house, take the 304 and everything out of the bed of my truck, because today we're going to pick up a new TJ frame, and, well, not necessarily new, but been sandblasted. Everything's been fixed on it supposedly. Been primed, painted. So we're gonna go pick that up, and then from there we're gonna go straight over and pick up an 8.8 rear end. So that's two of the major things that we need still to get his build going. So another parts haul. So here we have parts haul number one. Remember that, the $400 tub. You just saw parts haul number two, 304 transmission transfer case. Well, we just unloaded parts haul number three. Woo, there we go, 488 rear end. I know some Jeep people are gonna look at this and say, hey, that's not the right rear end. People that put a Ford 8.8 in a TJ or in an XJ, they use the 8.8 out of a later solid axle, late 90s, I think it's 99 to like 03, 04, 05, somewhere in there, I don't remember exactly. The reason they do that is the track width is exactly the same as the Dana 35 that came in the back of either one of these, and it has factory disc brakes. It's a leaf spring rear end, so the swap over is relatively easy. The reason we went with a rear axle out of an F-150, one, we couldn't find a van. Okay, van would be a little bit wider than this, but F-150 is 66 inches wheel mating surface to wheel mating surface. We're going to run a Dana 44 in the front, but we're going to run an old school 44, okay? Not a JK 44, not a Rubicon 44, none of that, all right? So we needed the wider axle in the back to get closer to the track width in the front. Now at the current moment, I don't care whether I get a Dodge Dana 44, a Chevy Dana 44, a Ford, preferably because it would already be a driver's side drop. I could even get a rear Dana 44, retube it into the correct configuration that we want. All right, so we just unloaded that 8.8, you saw that. That was parts haul number three. Now we're leaving out for parts haul number four. Come along. All right, we're on our way back. Hopefully you can hear me good. It's raining a little bit, so you know, you got to deal with that. But picked up the TJ frame. It's looking pretty good. The guy that had it, they're a Jeep family, kind of like we are, and he gone through, completely sandblasted. He gone through, and it had some rust in it, but he cut it all out, plated it, you know, and it's a good job, you know. All the welds are they're like perfect, you know. There's stacks of dimes, really small dimes, but you know, it's a quality job on it. He put new trailing arm brackets on the rear. Don't necessarily know that we need that. Depends on which way we go with the rear suspension. If we back half it, then part of the work he did is just, you know, not necessary. But it's still nice to know that somebody put quality work into what they're doing. So we'll show you a little bit better when we get back to the house. All right, got back here to the house. As you can see, it is a completely freshly rebuilt TJ frame, front to back. Everything's been re-welded, everything's been plated, everything's been checked for squareness. Heck of a guy, heck of a deal, you know. Let's get it unloaded and we'll take a better look at it. There we go. Got some. All right, that'll work. Sorry about that. Got some rain moving in, but we got the frame out of the bed of the truck. It is all set up on the sawhorses for now. A little bit of storage. Now, if you remember my other video, I was talking about the TJ frame and how you put the patch panels on here. This is the way you do it correctly. You actually weld all the way around, every side. That is a correct patch panel. So happy Memorial Day. Typical Memorial Day around here, nothing but storms all day, all night for weeks on end. We're gonna go ahead and end this video here. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time today weed eating, stuff like that, if the rain allows. Get that done. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start stripping the brackets off the 8.8. It may be a little bent, and I think it is just a scooch on one side. But if it is, that's not a problem. You can straighten an 8.8. It's relatively easy, and if it is, we'll walk you through that in a future video. Y'all have a good weekend.